Hi. I am Aaron Morse. Should I say my last name? Aaron? I'm Aaron. I'm the third member of the podcast. I'm a graphic designer by trade. Just myself, I'm an illustrator, animator, content creator, I guess you could say. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. There's two franchises in my interest section. That would be Star Wars and Mass Effect, and they kind of hold an equal par of sci-fi brilliance. So, my interest, movies. I love movies. I have over 550 actual physical DVDs in my entertainment center. I have a passion to collect movies that kind of shaped me going forward. So if I see a good movie as a child, I try and collect all the stuff I really loved as a child. But if I see like a good movie that I'm like, wow, this really changed my perspective, or this is like a cult classic, I have to have it. So, like the They Lives of the world, where they're not quite known blockbusters. God, I learned all about the After Effects through podcasting. Learning green screen and learning color and audio, technical stuff, how to get the most bang for your buck. That was definitely a nice help and now it's kind of bleeding into my professional life, where I can take that knowledge from the podcast and be like, hey guys, I've been doing this for 7 years, and I can actually, have a living being a normal person. I help Cuba with, the podcast in general. I'm another personality that he can kind of play off of, and we can all have our geeky debates. I have my, opinions on certain things that we all talk about. On the other side, I do like the unboxings and the video portion, just because I like doing video stuff. My friends. My friends is the best part of the podcast. Over the years, I'm 32 and we're all in our general 30 areas, so it's hard to get together all the time to just sit down and have the nonsense conversations that we normally used to have in high school and college and things like that. So this kind of gives us the outlet to, over the internet, the powers of the internet and technology, to just kind of talk and bullshit about the new stuff that came out last weekend, this weekend, the new show that came out, a new movie that came out, this game has terrible animation, what do you guys think kind of conversations. Most of the time I'm rushing to get home to do the podcast because I don't want to let my bros down. Without me, it's just Cuba and Roy, and it goes on some tangents if we all aren't there to, kind of wrangle each other in, so to speak, so we get more concise conversations. But as listening of years of content on the podcast, I found out that I said a lot, or I used to say the word fucking constantly. So it's helped me out as a public speaker, for sure. We've been doing this so long that I can walk into any situation for fucking ever, since the turn of the century. I've been podcasting for, 2011, with the Escape Pod. Our history starts in high school, where we were doing like animations and coming up with comedy routines, so we know how to play off each other. We do like voices and things, and so many times throughout the years people would be like, you guys should record yourself, or you guys should have a show, or so we're like, maybe the people are right. So we started recording. We were like, fuck it, let's pull the trigger. We have a MacBook. What more do you need than a MacBook? Let's just start recording some stuff. In 5 years, I would like to see the podcast sustain itself while also allowing me to be creative in those outlets. So more video, like I said, moving towards skits, or even just quality content that people would want to see, watch, listen to. Being recognized in conventions, like, hey, it's those guys that bullshit about nothing. Shake some hands, kiss some babies, that type of stuff. Product reviews, like, being geeks, we like certain things. Obviously, we like new tech, we like video games, and all the time, because the reason why I am a graphic designer, so I can pay for all my fucking toys. I'm an adult and I need toys, and I need to be able to pay for those toys. So as a podcaster, a successful podcast, I would see maybe companies reaching out to us to they see the value in what we have to bring, whether it be with the reviews, fair, unfair, or just general unique perspective and supply those without us going bankrupt to try and just review it anyway because we like it. Something personal. I hate graphic design.
Me too!
I hate graphic design. I've been doing it for so long that it's really all I know how to do, and I do it well, and I'm down to like fucking get it done. Well, I don't hate graphic design. I love graphic design. I hate the people that surround themselves with graphic design. Because most of the time, especially when you work for a big company, you're dealing with people who don't know how or what you do, and their demands become nonsensical, and you have to just tell them no, and it kind of forces you to be a dick, and I don't like being a dick. So.
Damn it.
I want to kiss some hands and shake some babies.
They don't have it on here. Damn.
What was the question again?